breakfast is cold. Well, it's another very cold day in Denver, below zero, -9 degrees, just Fahrenheit. That's without the wind chill. And I decided I was going to do a little range test. You might remember the range test from last season when it was 13 below. It was very cold and I had a couple problems, but you'll have to check out that video. Well, anyway, user MCD James 1 made a suggestion that I do a reboot, a reheat, you might say, of that particular video from last year with today's cold weather, because it's a really cold one. Rivian has come up with a software update just in the last few days that allows you to schedule and precondition the battery before you get in and drive. Now, here's the situation. The R1T has the update. It is now plugged in, and I'm going to schedule it to precondition the motor or the battery. But this one I have not. It is cold. It has been sitting out in the cold. As you can see, it just cleared the snow off of it. And so it should be a pretty good comparison as to what the efficiency will do between those two conditions. So let's give it a try. Okay, here's the sitch. It's freaking cold. Okay, my fingers are a little bit numb. I had to clear off the snow off of the R1S here. I'm gonna go for a drive. This is an efficiency test. I'm gonna do the same thing that I did before last year when I did the same type of efficiency test. I suspect that it's gonna start off pretty low efficiency, under 1, and it's gonna slowly climb up, and in about 20 or 30 minutes, it'll probably be about normal-ish, maybe just closer to 2. We'll see. And then I'm gonna get in the R1T and do the same thing, and we should see a difference. All right, gotta drive. This is interesting with this new software update here. We have more information about the battery. So the battery's 26 and the motors are all 32 degrees. We'll see what happens to those numbers as we drive. All right, I'm about 15 minutes into the drive. I've just been doing city driving from here, from the house to here, about to get on the freeway. And our efficiency rate is hanging out at a 1.12. And we'll see when I get on the freeway, as I go a little faster, if that starts climbing. Battery's still hanging out at 31 degrees temperature. And the motors have all come up. They were all, what, 32 degrees or something, and now they're in the 170, 180s range, which looks normal. All right, it's 9:15, about 30 minutes into our drive here. You know, range impact is the same. It's still basically hovering around 1 mile per kilowatt hour, which is pretty darn low. Even my breakfast is cold. Okay, we're about 45 minutes into our drive. It is still -6 degrees outside, so it's still pretty cold. My hands are warmer now. They were numb before, but now they're better. My feet are cold. And we have a distinct thing that's happening here. The efficiency rate has climbed up significantly in the last few minutes. I want to say the temperature has gone up, but it really hasn't. The battery temperature is 39 degrees. It's about the same as it was, and the motors fluctuate a little bit. They're at 96, so that's not really a major change. But you can see here on the meter that on the last 15 meters that we've climbed up quite a bit. Now, this is nothing to do with the drive. It's the same type of road. It's the same conditions, more or less. I'm still going in the 30s, 20s to 40s, depending on the roads and the traffic. The lifetime on this vehicle is 2.24 miles per kilowatt hour. So that gives you a sense of the difference in efficiency that we're talking about here when it's really cold versus when the battery is kind of warmed up a little bit. But now I'm gonna go back home, switch with the R1T, see what that's like. It should be better right out of the gate. Okay, I'm all set up in the R1T. Rocky. Now, this vehicle has been preconditioning. I suspect that it will be better than the R1S was because this has been preconditioned. Battery temperature is at 53 degrees, which is definitely warmer than the 30s that I saw before. And I'm just starting out. So motors are in the 50s as well. And I'm gonna drive basically the same route at roughly the same speeds. Well, no surprises here. We have our answer already. Just got in the R1T. I've only driven maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Same road conditions, very similar temperature. It is warmer, but it does say 6 below right now. This vehicle is already running at its kind of normal efficiency level. It's already up over 2. The whole trip meter is over 2, and that's right out of the gate. So sure enough, the preconditioning really makes a difference. Okay, we're 20 minutes into our drive, no change. Went right up to efficiency of 2.0 or better. That's pretty good. That's kind of normal. The average for this vehicle over its lifetime is 2.37. So you can see that it is actually pretty close to what it is average, but it's still cold outside. You can see it's -6 degrees. But because this was a preconditioned situation, certainly made a huge difference in the efficiency rates. So you could see between the R1S, which was cold when I drove it, super cold at 6 degrees below zero, started at 1 or around 1 mile per kilowatt hour, and then after only about, I don't know, 30-40 minutes, started climbing up over 2. This one, within a few minutes, was already right up at 2 miles per kilowatt hour, and just has been right there ever since. So I'm gonna turn around and head back home because I think we've got what we wanted. This is what happens when you precondition the battery. It works really, really well. Oh man, I don't know if I can help him out. Well, I just pulled over to help a gentleman named Gary and his wife Elizabeth, who had a little bit of an incident there. Gary drove off the road as he was coming around the corner. He's in a 2-wheel drive Mustang, and it just sort of spun out and hit the side of the railing and busted out the window and smashed in the passenger side of the vehicle. But he was okay. He was shaken up, but most of all, he was really cold. So I was very happy to be able to stop, let him just warm up in the back seat until his wife arrived, and they've got AAA coming to help pull him out. Anyway, just a reminder, stay safe out there, get some good snow tires, and be careful driving. Thank you again to MCD James 1 for making the suggestion for this video. It was a really good suggestion. And thanks to all of you for watching. Please subscribe, comment below. Let me know if you've had any issues in the cold weather or what your weather is like. But I'm gonna head home, get some hot chocolate. It's cold out. Bye.